Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the SplatCade podcast.
So late for that.
I'm joined today by my wonderful co-hosts, Jacob, Josh.
Thanks for not letting us introduce ourselves this time.
Hi there. He's an asshole. Both of them.
We're all
I'm an
assholes.
asshole.
Fuck do you mean?
I'm David.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Josh.
So, on this episode of the podcast, we are kind of just doing this impromptu because somebody, I don't know about you, somebody forgot.
I literally texted you today. We podcasting? Yeah, later. How the fuck did you forget that?
Probably the same reason why he forgot it.
Damn it, I hope you'd forgotten. See, it's not so much
that I forgot.
I thought he had distracted you from knowing that I had forgotten.
No such luck, friendo.
See, it's not that I forgot. I knew it was happening. I've been busy and
You lying to yourself at this point. you know. I can hear it in your voice that you know it. It's
I don't know what you're talking
I was
about.
hoping you forgot. See, I didn't forget. I just thought that
Like, the way my bank account's set up, like, I gotta put my savings into my checkings account. That takes a couple days.
What's that from? Fuck, I know
it's
that.
Kevin Hart.
Is that? Oh,
Yeah, it's a Kevin Hart skit.
yeah. Okay, I gotta change it. I gotta put it from a savings in my checking account. And that takes a couple days.
So there actually is one thing I do want to talk about. I don't mean for all of our podcasts to start with food or to involve food in some way.
But
Like the
all
only
of us
one that
eat so
the only one that
much.
didn't bring up food was the camel spider thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the only podcast that didn't have a food mention, I think, in it.
y'all were the ones who was talking about insects can be food.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Part of the discussion today, yes.
But the thing I want to talk about is I recently went ahead and actually got my oil change. I went to a Terrible Herbst to do it, which for anyone who's listening,
or Hertz.
Herbst.
My bad.
People don't even bother pronouncing the last T, though. They'll just say Terrible Herbs.
Yeah.
I say Terrible Hertz.
No, it's Herbst.
Herbs.
I know it's Herbst. I say Hertz.
That hurts.
Good.
Anyway,
It should.
As
it would.
I went to go get my
If it
oil
could.
change done, and I got my oil change done. Turns out my back light was out, like my driver's side brake light was out, so they swapped that for me,
Oh, that's nice.
and they went ahead and did both my air filter in my engine and the cabin air filter. Let me tell you that these filters were probably like original with the car, because holy fuck, like it looked like you put them through a twister. There was like
Jesus.
bugs and leaves and like other crap. So the internal one was like really dusty. I was like, man, I'm glad you have that inside you, not me.
Right?
Small bones.
That looks like is that a rodent skull?
I'm
What's that?
eating chicken on the bathroom.
Chicken in the bathroom, chicken in the bathroom. Fuck is that? See,
Mm-mm,
I
yum.
remember all these jokes. I have no idea what they're from, though.
That's an old one from Foamy the Squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's from what?
Foamy. It's this really. They introduced it to me. I think specifically Josh.
I was the one who did this among our group.
He fucking.
It's still going.
Is
They're
it?
still making that. They
Oh
were
my
making that
God.
shit before I was in elementary school. This
What?
man.
So okay, what is this?
It's a web video series. Really odd at first.
We talking like film cow levels odd? We talking like
Extremely gothic, nihilistic squirrel. Well, goth girl, nihilistic squirrel. That is her pet.
okay.
Very. Watching it's confusing.
It's
In
been a
and
long,
out of context.
It's been a long time. All I remember is the
Chicken
the-
in the bathroom. Chicken in the bathroom.
the girl was complaining about her weight, and she called a tech support or a weight loss group.
Uh-huh.
And how much is acceptable to be eating in a bathroom? Nothing bigger than a stick of bubblegum. So fried chicken doesn't count? Oh my god, this bitch is eating chicken in the bathroom. And the outro sequence had her singing, I'm eating Chicken in the bathroom, chicken in the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
The only other one I can remember is she was complaining that her boobs weren't big enough, and then she got a magical ring to increase their size, and it wasn't like, oh, when you take it off, they're still nope,
big,
instant, instant small, instant big, instant small. So there's a sequence where she's in the tub, and I think she has like a stalker at that point, and so she's like, big boobs, small boobs, big boobs, small boobs, and I think the stalker dude's in the window and he just gets like a nosebleed and like just falls over. Shit's funny.
This has got to be like that. This has got to be like the same kind of stuff that came along with
this is
around the era of like Homestar Runner and stuff, when like people were just barely experimenting and could get away with basically anything.
Yeah.
And it just took off, I guess.
Yeah. The cult of foamy is kind of. It used to
Wait,
be
hold
big.
on. There's a cult.
That's what they call the fandom. The
Oh.
cult. The cult of foamy.
Okay, but how does the squirrel get involved in all this, or is it just a side character?
No,
The
he's
squirrel is
the
the
main
main character.
But
What?
The talking nihilistic squirrel.
It can talk.
Foamy the squirrel.
Yes.
And it's the main character. And it's amazing.
it's hilarious. You can't really describe it. You gotta like watch it to understand why it's so weird and funny.
I'm going to have to catch up. I know he's still making stuff. I still see his videos being posted, but I don't watch anymore.
Okay.
Derail topic.
I'm gonna have to look into that later, I guess. So what
It's
I was
like drop kicking a train off the tracks. Fuck you mean this train's going to Northwood? Train ain't going nowhere no more.
Level 30 sorcerer casts derail.
But the thing with where was I even? Oh, right. So
Car filters, I think. was
no.
the last thing
So
left
I
on
bring
that?
up the car thing because I went to this terrible herbs that's nearby, like a shopping center.
Mhm.
So it has a lot of like food places. There's like a pizza place there, Burger King. Like there's like a Carl's Jr. across the street. Like it's like in like a shopping center, right?
Right.
And inside the shopping center was a Burger King directly across from the car wash place.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I found inside this burger place? I felt like I walked into the 90s because they had the regular the Coca-Cola remix or whatever the fuck they call those machines. The like where you tap your flavor and it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So they have one of those machines in there. But apparently I don't know when this happened, Burger King is the exclusive supplier of Surge now.
What?
Surge is back, baby.
Oh shit! I'm going to Burger.
But it's not all Burger Kings.
Motherfucker, I'm fat already.
It's
God
not.
damn.
But it's not all Burger Kings. It's actually seems to be like only the ones that have that kind of machine in it. Because I actually went to a Burger King down the road from me, like on the way to your guys' place, and that one's a Burger King, but that only has a regular fountain machine, so it didn't have it in there. So it really only seems to be like the newer Burger Kings, or at the very least the ones that got renovated, to have that machine put in that have Surge. But they say on there, Surge available exclusively at Burger King.
Huh.
And I don't know if that's like a West Coast thing only, so maybe people on the East Coast can get it. I don't know. I just know Surge, this mythical soda that I've never had, but I've always heard about, is now available to me.
Surge is probably the soda that keeps getting made fun of in like TV shows. 'Cause I remember there was the episode of How I Met Your Mother where like Marshall and Tim, that's the main character's name, right?
Tim? From what show?
How I Met Your Mother. What the fuck's the name of the main character?
Oh, God. I couldn't even tell you. All I know is Barney.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know. Just go. With the story.
Ted Mosley. Yeah. Him and Marshall went on a road trip, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we go on this road trip every year where we grab 5 gallons of I can't remember what it was. It was something stupid. It was something similar to like Surge, where it was like, oh yeah, the drink that got banned because it caused rats to explode in testing. And it's just like it was a short, like with that was like a short video of a rat like drinking Surge from like the rat cage bottles,
Right.
And then shortly after,
Boom! That's hilarious. It's like at the end of the episode, just like no rats were harmed in the making of this episode.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
boom.
That's so fucking funny though. But yeah, like surge, like there's certain foods that exist that can disappear for like years on end, and then they'll just show up again. Like we had the thing with the Ghostbusters back in 2016, I think is when the movie dropped, where because they remade the Ghostbusters with the 3 female leads in it, they brought back Ecto Slime.
Four female leads.
Was it 4? I don't know. I never watched it.
Any one of those people was very forgettable in the movie, so it's very understandable.
Unfortunately, I was rolling for it to be good, but it wasn't.
That's unfortunate. But so when the Ecto Cooler came out, I never actually got the chance to try it.
Oh.
I never got the chance. Even though it came back, I never got the chance to do it. And now I'm like forever like,
but what if?
one of these days, you know? But now like we have Surge available to us. Oreo O's made a comeback, surprisingly enough. I didn't realize like
those left.
They did. That was like a late 90s, early 2000s thing.
Really? Huh.
And they disappeared for like a good like 5 to 10 years?
Oh yeah, it's been forever since I've heard of those.
And then I think like last year or something they like came back. Like they started popping up in stores like all over the place.
Oh, that's why I didn't think they were gone. They had the generic brand.
There were generic Oreos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never seen them? You never gone to the section where it's just bag cereal and you see all the generic crap that's
the
just
good section.
the good section.
I mean, I've seen the generic section, but I've never really perused it really straightforwardly just because up until a few years ago, I didn't have money to go buy groceries, period.
Right.
True.
It was kind of like like everyone's of that age for like a really long time where they're like, I'm going to eat whatever the fuck mom buys because that's what I got.
Right.
Right.
No, but I remember going there like because it's like the only fucking cereal I've had for like years now, and I'd occasionally see like a Oreo O's-esque cereal. And it was just like, that's interesting. I've never had anything like that before. I never actually got it because mom's like,
Put that shit back. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Fucking,
fine.
it's like,
Yeah,
don't
I'm
no.
down to-
What are you looking at? Don't look at that.
Don't look at things. You're not here to look at things.
You're not here to look at things. You push the cart. You load the car. That's it.
You're here as a loading bot.
Fuck, what do you think children are for? Fucking fun?
Free labor. That is
Friendship?
it. Is.
No. You're here to work, damn it.
Children are about 18 years of not quite free labor.
You still gotta
Yeah.
feed them.
Yeah, that's why not
clothe
quite
'em.
free.
Well, they
You
have
gotta take care of them. You don't gotta pay them.
Yep. That money gets to go straight to you.
You had to feed slaves, just not very much.
But that actually brings up an interesting topic. Not the slaves thing.
Child labor?
No, close actually. So that's the thing. You bring up allowance, and that's actually really interesting. When we
The fuck is an
when we were
allowance?
growing up, exactly right.
Yeah, there's no such
I never
thing
got
as
an
an
allowance, right?
That's not a thing.
None of you, right?
Nope.
You got lunch money. That was it.
You got
that.
lunch money?
If that.
Exactly.
I was one of those kids who
I
was
don't
always
know.
taken care of by the system. I got like I would always qualify for the free or reduced meals, which is really just free meals. I don't think I've ever saw any. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the public school system in Nevada
Reduced meals.
have reduced meals. It was either like,
Free
You-
or full?
yeah, I never saw like, oh, your mom's kind of broke, so we're gonna give you half off this chalupa.
Fuck. Yeah, like who? What? No, free or full. Like that's it. There's no point in the middle ground. Especially when the shit's
There was
like
never
so
really
cheap.
discounts on the food. It was
Yeah.
like you either got the free lunch or you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that brings up an interesting point. The concept of allowance itself, I think, is supposed to be for you get your kids to do stuff around the house. You pay them a little bit of money, like $2-3 a week or $5. I don't know. I don't really know what allowance is. I don't know what the industry standard rates are for allowance.
The the parenting industry gives the allowance of $5 per job. It's like, what the fuck? No. It does?
Can you imagine though? Like
You get paid to do this?
No, see, there's a minimum base work that you got to put in. Then after that, you get progressively more as you work.
Right.
can you imagine though? Like I just had this image pop in my head. There was actually recently some riots in California over wages for one industry or another. I can't remember. I only really read the headline, to be honest. But they were having protests over their wages, and this was done on Labor Day.
Right.
To
Right,
really
the-
drive that point home.
the food industry protest.
Was it a food industry thing?
I'd assume
believe it
so.
was.
Those have been going on for a while.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it's still going on.
Gotcha. So they were posting that and talking about the parent industry. I'm just imagining like a bunch of like 3 to 5 year olds like marching in a circle outside like a house. Like, we want longer naps.
No, see, kids want no naps.
What do you mean? As a kid, I love naps.
You weren't a
Lucky
kid.
mother. Guess what? I don't know any kids that like naps.
I mean, I guess you would know better than I. My siblings are, not
Adults.
are outside the
Yeah.
napping phase already. Well, they're kind of falling back into it because
Yeah, I
of
was
puberty.
going to say,
Yeah.
at their age, they're actually kind of starting to fall back into the napping phase. Because, God, growing up is tiring.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Growing 3 feet in
4 years, maybe.
yeah, just
Mhm.
about, or more like how. Like this is gonna bring up the comedy special that we watched before. Where it's like, oh yeah, I decided to focus on my goals and skip out on swimming lessons so I could focus on my dream of being in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
But then he left out the fact that he was a freakishly tall 7'4".
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine because I grew about 2 feet, maybe 1.5 feet. I was always tall. I was always taller than everyone else. But like my final height is about 6'1", 6'2" on a good day. And so with that, but I went through a lot of sleeping. I can't imagine being 4'5", 4'6" before you hit puberty, and then like you like grow to like 7 foot something. That's got to be
Oh.
insane.
Yeah, it's going to
That-
be crazy.
That had to have caused problems for him growing up.
Oh, yeah, no, that
Like
definitely.
physical.
My dude, like I'm only 6'1", and the world is not built for me. Like
Yeah.
we've talked about this in the past, how my shower comes to my chest
Yeah, we're all
We're
same
all the same
height.
height.
I know.
We all feel this pain.
Yeah.
because all the houses that we live in were built right around the same time
Yeah.
for people that were on average much shorter than us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So a shower built in the 70s that could accommodate a normal sized human being of 5'8" does not fucking work when
Barely.
you're 6'1".
Barely comes to our chests. Yeah. It's like, wow, I'd love to clean my head. That'd be terrific.
Oh hey, some water hit my nipple. How lucky me.
Yeah, right. You're like, why are we so large in comparison to everything else like that's been
Well,
built?
I'm large and in charge. That's
You're a different kind of large, though. Like, fucking David's medium. I'm large. You're fucking extra large.
Are we sure he's not like small?
He's extra medium. My bad.
Extra medium. You've seen that post go around, right?
No.
It was like someone was like, "Why isn't there an extra medium size?" Like that's just fucking large.
it's,
that is.
it's just large.
But there was like, or would it? Not fuck. Now I'm getting tied up in it. It's like, or would a medium be between the medium and the small? Because you're a medium of a medium size. You're kind of a medium.
Would that just be small medium?
Is that a thing?
That's an actual size.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's for women or something.
But I don't even want to get into how women size their clothes. 'Cause it's like, guys is real easy. You
Women
get
don't size their clothes though. That's the thing.
But like how they're made. It's always for guys, right? Josh, name out the sizes for shirts for guys.
Fucking it's like any even number. Literally.
Number?
Oh shit, I'm thinking
the
of pants.
small, extra
I'm
small,
thinking of
small,
pants.
medium, large, and then sequence of X's.
XLs, right?
Yeah.
But then
I
when
just-
you want to talk about women's clothing, it's like, oh, I wear a size 7. What the fuck does
That even mean? Yeah, it's like, what do you
Oh,
mean
I-
size 7? Where's the number incorporated? What the fuck do you calculate? What's 7?
Explain.
Explain!
Because then I see in commercials all the time for like the weight loss stuff too. It'll be like, oh, I'm a mother of 3 and I used to be a size 9, but I was able to drop to a size 7 with oxyfat or whatever. And,
right. And
you're like-
that's
And I know that means that they dropped weight. I get that. But what does that mean?
right.
Like, what is the difference between a 9, an 8, and a 7?
I know what it means. I have no idea what it means.
See, but even then, Even women don't know what that means because every fucking brand sizes differently.
Does it really?
Yeah,
Every
that's
woman's
also
brand
true.
sizes differently.
I've actually noticed a similar thing with shoes. Depending on the brand of shoe that you buy,
It'll be sized
a
differently.
size it won't be that major for guy shoes anyway. But like, I think in Converse, I'm like an 11 or 11 and a half. Some shoes I can't fit anything less than a 12. Some shoes an 11 is way too big for me.
Yeah.
Like it varies about about one size in any direction.
There's
Weirdly
someone
enough,
with-
I can still fit into my size 10 and a half that I have in my closet.
Yeah, as someone who wears like I think like 13s now.
Jesus
How big are
Christ.
your shoes, Josh? In number size, do you know?
I'm like, shit, like 10s. I'm in boots.
Oh yeah, you're in boots.
Oh yeah, and then the boots just open it up a whole
boots are a
whole
whole
other
different
world unto
discussion.
themselves. A size 10 boot is apparently a size 13 fucking shoe.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's because there's so much extra material around the outside.
That's also true because your foot stops like
Probably
way
around the
before-
same point.
No, his foot stops way
No,
before
my
mine
foot-
does because my toe goes to the edge of my shoe.
Mine doesn't.
Yeah, so his foot are actually like pretty
My
small.
foot stops like right there.
Yeah, his feet are actually significantly smaller than mine, which is hilarious. But yeah, as someone who wears like 13s,
I'm so top heavy.
oh my god, I'm like 50% leg in both like length and almost mass. Like it's hilarious. But yeah, like size 13, growing up from like size 10 to like now, it's been like varying between like brands, what the actual fucking
Like
shoe size
like
I fit
a
in.
Nike will fit different than an Adidas as far as
Yeah.
like what size you wear. Like, oh, I'm a Nike 12, but I'm an Adidas 10. It's like, wait,
What
what?
the fuck is that? Why is that different? Yeah.
Then there's wide shoes too.
Yeah, and then there's wide shoes for people with like
And then
wider feet.
of course you got to remember too, if you travel abroad, you have to you have to do like the hangover math, like where he like he's trying to like figure out the blackjack tables.
Oh
and
yeah.
Like you have to do that math. Like, okay, so I'm an American size 8.5, so to carry the 5, that means I'm a European 36, which means I'm a Chinese 59.
I believe they actually
3?
tell you on your.
No, it does,
shoes.
but like it's just so
Yeah.
funny to me. There's not
Yeah.
there's not a standard thing because of course the United States has to use freedom units, so we go by inches.
Right.
Whereas the rest of the world decides to like, no, we're just going to go by tens, centimeters.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. We're America. We're different.
Right. We like using decimals and shit.
As far as just like, oh, how many? Because Jacob, as someone who lives in America, right?
Mhm.
Tell me, how many centimeters are there in a meter?
1,000.
Josh, how many centimeters
Oh,
are there
my
in a
bad.
meter?
A meter. I was thinking of fucking. I don't know why I was.
100, David.
Ping. Correct. That it is 100 because it's a centimeter.
Right. My bad.
Century.
I got it. I got the centi.
Right,
part.
right.
I just
Versus
fucking-
like, oh, hey, either one of you. This goes out to the whole room. How many inches are there in a mile? And you're like, they teach us this every year, but we always forget.
Yeah, it's like
3,872
3,000 something, and it's a long ass number. It's like, why would you not just use metric at that distance?
And that's what I'm saying. Like we could always just, like,
It's right around 45,000 feet. Right around 45,000 inches.
is it? I think it's like
just-
5,000
I think
or
it's
something.
Like just under.
Or is that the
that.
feet? And that's the thing that pisses me off about the metric system or the imperial. It's like, oh, I think it's this versus like, no, there's 100 centimeters in a meter.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Why do we still use the imperial system? You'd think they would have tried to rename that or some shit.
Like,
That's
like as to
What the
why
fuck
they,
is the point of renaming it? Well, he did rename it. Freedom Units. That's what it is. It's the other name. No one cares what it's actually called anymore.
Yeah, but you'd think some Republican would have went, why are we calling these imperial?
You assume that the Republican is smart enough to know that that's what the fuck it's called.
I don't know, but like they've actually discussed this too in the past, where it's like, oh, why can't we just change everything over from imperial to metric in the United States? Apparently, we are so deep in the freedom units' minds that like to change all of our signs and road markers
Oh,
and like
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that over, would cost us actually trillions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like and it would take, I think they said it's either years or decades to like go across the country and change everything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But like the reason I bring up the metric system though is because it's another one of those things that like you know why it makes sense, right? Like going back to and this relates to the dresses, 9 to a 7. Obviously, the 7 is a smaller size. But if I tell you, hey Jacob, I need you to go to the store. It's 2.3 kilometers away. You're like, how fucking far is that? I have no concept
Right.
of what that is. But if I tell you, hey Jacob, go to the store. It's 1.5 miles away. You're like, got it. I know exactly how far that is.
Yeah.
But same thing with dresses. Like I went for if I tell you, hey Jacob, I used to wear XXL shirts and I'm down to a small, you'd be like, holy shit, that's amazing. I know exactly what that means.
Right. For one, you went from fucking Josh to Skin and Bones.
I'm not even small. Like
I know. That's what I'm saying. I pointed at you because you're the smallest in the room, not because you're an actual fucking small. Because I don't think anyone in our group is an actual small.
maybe Chance on a good
No.
day.
No.
No?
Chance
No.
is bigger than you.
Chance is bigger than you.
Damn.
You're the smallest among us
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'm the youngest. No, never mind. It's Devon.
Devon's the youngest
That's right.
by a couple weeks.
by a couple weeks, and that's literally it.
You're the youngest in this room
I am.
at the moment.
But
Happy birthday.
we'll get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
So
is it like 4 days now?
2.
2.
It's because it's the 4th now.
Yeah.
So I'm 2 days away.
Yeah.
But like that goes back to the whole thing about the dresses though, where it's like if I told you I went from a triple XL to a medium, like I know exactly how much that is.
Mm-hmm.
Your girl tells you I went from a size 7 to a size 4. You're gonna say congrats because it's your girl, but in your head you're like, what does that mean?
Wait, what were the sizes?
7 to a 4.
Damn.
God damn, that's not healthy.
My point is like you're like I'm happy for you because you dropped sizes and that's what you wanted. But me personally, I have no concept of what difference that is.
Right.
I understand a 7 to a dropping 3 sizes when the 7's already small. I get that. That's a lot.
I was like, you dropped from like healthy to like fucking eat some food, damn it. I can't remember what it's called. What's the
Anorexic.
Anorexic, there you go. It's like, how the fuck did you go from why would you drop from healthily size to fucking anorexic?
That's wrong. Bad.
You're not a model.
Stop. Get some help.
In the fucking whatever it was, early 90s, I think was the time when that was
Yeah,
fucking
like,
problem.
it was like-
bulimia was a real big problem in the
Yeah.
90s.
Okay, is bulimia the one where you like eat the thing but then you don't?
Yeah, you
Well,
throw it back up.
I was trying not to say that, Jacob, but all right.
That's what it happens. You can't avoid it.
It's a bodily function. We're all human.
I guess
It's a defense mechanism, but it can be activated for offense as well.
See, something I've not known. That's a defense mechanism?
It's a.
I can
it's-
confirm that it can be used as a defensive mechanism because you remember that one time when I got food poisoning in high school?
Yeah.
Where like the school introduced, this is actually a great story. The school at one point actually introduced a separation from the usual pizza and anything else that was inedible, because really pizza was the only thing that was
right was
Semi-edible.
edible on a
in
consistent
school.
basis
Yeah.
at that place. That or the stuff that got brought in from the outside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anything made in-house was just
Garbage.
inedible.
Like literal garbage. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just harvesting old leftovers from the garbage bins.
Probably.
We'll just keep recycling this until you fucking eat it.
You're going to eat this.
Reduce.
Someone's gonna eat this.
Reuse. Recycle.
Just but with the whole thing about that is like they decided to bring in a new kind of food to
Stop it. Get some help.
they wanted to bring in some new food made with better ingredients.
Better pizza, Papa John's.
God damn it. I'm mad because I thought of the same joke.
I was like, his pause is too long. Must intervene.
They were trying to use with like healthier, better ingredients, more fresh food, like fresh baked this, brought in
Mhm.
from outside that, which in theory sounded fine. And the first day that they rolled the program out, they made these chicken sandwiches. You probably weren't here for this, so
I don't know how long ago was that.
a couple years. Like this was I think this was
This
after
was
he.
in high school. This
Yeah.
was after you left.
So I'll tell you this story too. Then
So that was senior year.
no, before that.
Then I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
Didn't you switch high schools like sophomore year?
No. I switched high schools in senior year. Apparently, I just disappeared from your guys' radar before then.
What?
Which is very possible.
No, wait. It might have been senior year. You might be right.
Yeah, it was because I remember specifically I was there up until I moved, which was all my high school was in Cimarron until I transferred over to basic high school, not training.
Different basic.
Different basic, which is hilarious. Like I went from basic to basic.
But anyway, so when they got these chicken sandwiches out, I'm not gonna lie, they were actually really good. Like they were basically like a small chicken breast, whole, not like mincemeat, not like fillet of chicken or anything.
Right.
Basically a small chicken breast on a bun, lettuce, tomato, which I'm gonna talk about. Lettuce, tomato, and then between two buns. So it was a basic chicken sandwich, and it actually tasted pretty good. Like I think the only one of our group that actually had it, right, Josh?
I think so. Yeah, I think I do remember this now. You're like the only person who was like, "I'm gonna eat this." And we're all like, "Fucking good luck, buddy."
Well, if this was senior year, guess what?
Oh,
What?
that's right. I wasn't there. My bad.
I
If this
dropped
was
out.
senior year, oh yeah, that's right. You dropped out.
Oh fuck yeah, you're right.
No, he dropped out before I left, so he wasn't there when I was. He wasn't there.
I was the
when
first
I
one
was here.
gone.
Yeah, he was the first one to leave that high school.
Damn, you're right. I forgot about that actually, because even though you dropped out of school, we always hung out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, whatever.
It's like I wasn't
Josh
even
didn't
gone.
go anywhere. He's just not here.
But so I ate the sandwich, right, and it was good. Going down, totally fine. That's the key phrase. Going down was totally fine. I don't know if you've ever been caught in this situation, but have you ever had food inside you that you knew had to leave,
Yes.
but your body wouldn't let it go?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I got home later that day, actually, and my stomach was like not right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like sweating and shaking. I was like, "Oh God, this is how I go out."
You had that. Okay.
I
Like
know
this is
that.
legit food poisoning.
Uh-huh.
I could feel it like sitting in my stomach like a rock,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "All right, fuck. Maybe if I just like sleep it off, I can like be done with it. Maybe, let it process." And
Mm-mm.
nah,
You gotta let it out.
I laid in bed for a while, and I was trying to I was like, "Body, digest it, make me throw it up, or pass it. Choose one."
Right.
Because as long as it's in my stomach, I'm going to feel like I'm going to die. I sit in my bed, or I guess I lay crippled in my bed for like a good hour. I don't think my pillow's ever been more wet in my life.
It's so moist.
So after like an hour, I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. This is bullshit, right? I go to the restroom, pop the seat, take a seat. I was like, and go. And go.
And let's go. It's like when you want to sneeze and it's just fucking why?
Trust me, I don't have that problem being a vampire.
Oh yeah. Fucking, oh look, the sun.
Accurate representation of what happens.
Yeah.
Including the
It's
second
always
sneeze.
twice.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is always twice for me. I don't know why. But so I'm sitting there feeling like I'm going to just like sweat out all the body fat I have, right? Like and it's not even like I'm hot. It's like that cold sweat
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
when you're sick, that kind.
Your body's just like expel fluids from all orifices.
Get rid
Basically,
of everything. Get it all gone.
it's a fire sale. Everything must go.
You have not had a fire sale because
You have not. You'll know.
We'll get to that. Let me
Okay.
finish this. So, I'm sitting there on the toilet, and like I'm like the dudes at the starting line of NASCAR, like waving the flag, like come on, go. Nothing. I must have sat on that toilet for like a good 20 minutes, just like, please, if there's a God, give me this reprieve.
Give me a chance, please. Please, just a chance.
So after a while of me just, so now we're an hour 20. I could have watched like a documentary at this point with how long I've been sick.
The human body processes food in such a way.
It's like I know. Okay.
Currently experiencing.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's like, fucking does it? Does it process food? Huh?
Am I stuck with this forever?
Yeah.
Do I die here in my bathroom? Underpants around my legs and a rotten chicken sandwich in my stomach?
Oh
See,
my god.
That's the point which you just bite the bullet, understand that you're about to have a bad day, and buy some laxatives.
No, on the contrary. I did bite the bullet. I was like, okay, body, if you're not going to pass it, I was like, okay, if you're not going to go one way, I turn around. I do a bathroom about face. I'm like looking into the bowl, and I'm like, and like I feel it kind of, but it's like not nearly strong enough to actually like do anything.
Yeah, I hate
It's that strong reflex, but nothing actually ever comes
No, not
out.
even. It was like a medium reflex. Like my body's like, I know what you want to do, and here's like a half-assed effort of it.
But we're not doing that.
Yeah, it's like no, you don't want to throw up. You want to hold on to this food. I was like, no, the fuck I don't.
It's like half in, half out of the intestinal process. You don't throw this up now, do you? It's like, I want it out. Get it out of me.
I mean,
Oh my god.
that's basically where I was at. Where I was like, body, fucking choose one.
I don't care how it happens. It just gotta happen.
An orifice. Go.
Make it
Do
like,
you see the light?
Sneeze.
Move towards it.
like I was at the point where it was like just my nose, my ears, my skin pores. I need it out of me.
I shoot it out of my eyes faster. Fucking get it out of my body. Oh my god. But no, the fact that you said fire sale makes me think that you've never actually had a fucking fire sale.
And we'll get to that. Let me just wrap this up. I'm
Okay.
almost done. I promise. So I'm sitting there. I was like, "Fuck it. If my body's not going to do anything for it, my brain's going to take over. I'm initiating manual override. I do the thing, and it like the second I hit the button, instant.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that does.
That's what it for.
No,
but yeah,
because I've had to induce it in the past for some reasons, similar reasons to
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah.
And like sometimes like it'll take me some coaxing to do it. Like this one, like the nanosecond, a follicle of like a piece of my skin touched the button. My brain was like, "We got the executive order. Let's go, go, go!"
We waited for so long. Move it, out, let's
Scramble
go,
the fighters.
go. Yeah, scramble the fighters. Shoo.
It's just like when the paratroopers will like the guys like motion them out of the plane. Just go, go, go.
Fucking. Well, I guess they're specific in the army, but yeah, I know you're talking about paratroopers.
But
yeah.
okay, so try not to make it too graphic. What's a fire sale? I'm guessing that's just my experience, but the other way and involuntary.
No.
Valor sale is fire sale. I don't know if it's the same as your fire sale, but my fire sale is both at the same time.
Oh God, that's a thing.
Yes.
Don't you explode when that happens?
No.
Or is that when
That's
you
when you
sneeze?
sneeze and you do that. Your body just doesn't know what to do and it just turns inside out.
That was like the big myth, right? Like if you sneeze and fart or something, your heart stops or you explode or whatever.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
something like it's too much force at once. You just go. Boom.
Your body depressurizes and your insides become your outsides.
It's like the fucking alien from Alien 3, where like they force him out of the hole in the
Oh
window.
yeah, he gets sucked into space.
Okay, so is that description of the fire sale accurate?
It's accurate, but like you, like it's like it's funny because the situation I was in was like fire sailing is hard because you don't know what you want to do because it's like I'm blasting from both ends, but all I got is the toilet. So you're like, do I sit down? Do I sit? Do I bend over? Which one do I got to do right now? It's just blast, flush, blast, flush, blast, flush.
Don't forget the occasional bathroom about face.
No, okay. You're right. My bad. I forgot the process is blast, flush, about face, blast, flush, about face, blast, flush, about face, blast, flush. Like fucking, it's just
That sounds like actual hell.
it
is.
was. Oh
It
my
is.
god. And this is when I was like house sitting, so no one else
Oh
was
my
there.
God.
So I was like, fucking,
What did you eat?
alone. just somebody save me. Blast!
Did you come to the Lord in this?
Just fucking, there's a demon sitting in the corner, just like, wow, I would not want to go through that. Just fucking blast! Just like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh. That's the funniest fucking thing I've heard all week. That's so fucking funny.
It's just fucking.
Okay, so here's the question then. In those situations, if you have a setup like mine in my top bathroom where I have the toilet and the bathtub,
Mm-hmm.
is it okay
To throw up in the bathtub?
to use the bathtub?
No, even I didn't do that.
No.
And I was fucking desperate.
You use whatever trash can you have available, otherwise you spin around.
I did throw up in the sink because I couldn't make it to the toilet because it was like, oh, I gotta make it to the bathroom. Toilet's too far.
What did you eat? Like what?
It was
like
bad,
what
it was
led
bad
into that?
sushi. I know it was bad sushi because I had a lot of it. It was like one of those pieces must have been bad.
Oh yeah, I mean that kind of reminds me of my sushi story, the one about the gas station sushi that I forgot about.
Yeah.
You know, like,
The worst idea on the planet.
look, I know it's a bad idea. I forgot the number one rule about traveling is never get gas station sushi. Fuck, there is even a Geico commercial about it.
Yeah.
It's not just gas station sushi. Do not get anything that is not prepackaged from a goddamn gas station.
If it's not freshly made or prepackaged, don't fucking eat it.
Well, yeah, because like the hot dogs, don't bother with those, right?
Yeah,
I've
no.
never actually had a gas station hot dog.
Oh,
Those
gas
are-
station
those are
hot
fresh
dogs are
made.
usually fresh. Those
Those are usually
So those
fresh,
are- those are fine?
Those are fine.
Anything that's cooking while you're looking at it is fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
Nothing else.
So what's something that's not prepackaged, that's not made fresh, that some people still sometimes eat? Like what are some examples of things to avoid then?
Sushi.
That's about it. That's like
The-
the only thing that's
The
bad.
sandwiches. Those prepackaged sandwiches.
yeah.
Are those bad?
Those
Usually-
triangular
yeah.
ones, those will get you.
Those will go bad.
Well, because I know I have enough common sense to know not to eat like an egg salad sandwich from a
Oh,
fucking gas
yeah.
station.
No.
Hell, egg salad sandwich, if you don't make it, is kind of iffy. Like
Yeah.
if you didn't make it and you don't trust the person and you don't know the person who did make it, that's iffy.
Oh yeah.
If you
that's-
try it at all.
Karen putting fucking raisins in her salad. That's all I fucking hear when someone says like egg salad or potato salad. It's probably like something ridiculous in it, like raisins. And I'm just like, fucking T'Challa.
For anyone who doesn't know what he's talking about, there's is it Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, it's an
Yes.
SNL
There's
There's a
skit.
Saturday Night Live skit where they bring T'Challa, the king from Wakanda,
Yeah.
onto a black game
It
show.
was Black Jeopardy.
Black
It was
Jeopardy.
specifically Black Jeopardy. That's what they call it in the fucking in SNL.
So just look up SNL Black Jeopardy. That should be more than enough.
Oh, you're gonna have to look at the specific sketch though, because this is done more than once.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, there's one where
Oh.
Bill Murray was on, and he like played a guy named Bob or whatever, and he's the only white guy, but he's answering all the questions right.
That's
All
hilarious.
right, that's Tom Hanks. First of all,
Was
we
that
don't
Tom
all
Hanks?
look alike.
I get Bill Murray and Tom Hanks confused for some reason. I don't know why.
I can kind of understand it.
Cause like,
I think the fact that I'm like, wait, which one's Bill Murray?
yeah, see, even that you're just like, oh fuck, wait, which one's what? Yeah, cause Bill Murray's really old, but yeah, you don't see Bill Murray when he's old acting. You see him when he's fucking young in Ghostbusters and shit.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
Bill Murray, Ghostbusters, Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, like that's all you see, and they look similar, like very similar.
I think it says a lot too. That's like, oh yeah, Bill Murray is Ghostbusters among some other less successful movies,
Right.
and then Tom Hanks is Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my Tom Hanks anchor is
Right.
Buzz Lightyear.
A good one.
Yeah. Forrest Gump. Captain Phillips was it from the fucking for Captain Phillips, I believe was the name of the movie. The one. Look at me.
I'm
am
the captain now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah, it was Tom Hanks. No, it was Bill Murray. Yeah, it was Tom Hanks.
we looked through it.
Yeah, Castaway. That's the name.
I could see us like looking at like pulling up the cover for
Caddyshack.
No. For Captain Phillips, right? I could see us pulling that cover up. All of us thinking it's Tom Hanks. It's actually Bill Murray, like some fucking Berenstein's bear shit.
Berenstein beer. What was the other? What?
Berenstain or
Berenstein?
Berenstein. That's what it was. Yeah.
And I was in the other one. I was like, no, it's Berenstein Bears. No, it's not. It's the other one.
It's Berenstein.
Berenstein. Is it Stein or Steen?
It's Berenstein, but I thought it was Berenstein Bears.
Same.
You just said the other way around.
Point is, the one that exists in our universe, I did not think it was that one. I thought it was the other one. So when they're like, no, you go read it again. I was like, no, I know it's spelled different.
Mandela,
I know I
don't
read
do
the
this.
other one.
Yeah, there was something else that was huge that had the same effect. I can't
The
remember
Nelson
what it was.
Mandela thing, where everyone thought he fucking died, and then he was alive for like another 30 years or some shit, and then he died for real. And they're like, wait, what?
Nelson Mandela was alive? When? Like for 30 years.
What?
Really? Yeah.
Like no, world mourns as Nelson Mandela passes away. Could have sworn I read this once before.
I thought I read. Is this? No, it's a new article. He died now? Fuck you mean? He died yesterday.
What?
I thought he died in prison. Because I think that was the original.
Yeah. It was like he I think the
guards announced
the
that he had
prevailing
died in
theory
prison.
was that he died from the apartheid riots.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, surprise! Now I'm now the president of South Africa. They're like, wait, fucking what?
Yeah. I was like, how the fuck do you miss? Like, I thought Nelson Mandela was dead. No, he's been the president of whatever country for 30 years. Really? Yeah.
He actually just recently passed away. Oh well, fuck.
Damn, that feels bad.
Like just the guy just lost.
Yeah, the what is it? The 1,000 pound or a kilogram of feathers and a kilogram of steel. But
I hate that video so much. It just
why? Because it's so relatable and stupid at the same time.
I don't remember what the dude says, but like he says something relating to, like about those two things, like something like you can't pick one up or you can or some shit. Or
yeah, you can't successfully pick up a kilogram of feathers because there's too much mass that isn't compact enough. But a kilogram of steel is a very solid object that you can very realistically put your hands around and pick up.
That's what his argument was.
That's what the general argument is. Yeah, like a pound of steel and a pound of feathers is very different because a pound of feathers. Well, I think on a larger mass it makes more sense. Like a kilogram, shit ton.
A kilogram's 2.2 pounds.
Is it?
Yeah.
But but yeah, no, like it's just a shit ton because 2.2 pounds of feathers is fucking a lot.
That's like 2 pillows. Standard pillow weighs about like a pound.
Pounds are a lot lighter than I remember.
Am I blowing your fucking mind right now? Because like I've lost you like 3 times already.
You have, yeah. No, I'm fucking for some. It's just dumb. I always get lost on measurements, but I can eyeball the fuck out of anything. Like that weighs enough to do this. Done. This is that amount of distance. Exact. How the fuck do you do this? I don't know. I can't do math at all. I have no idea how I know this.
You sure you're not on the spectrum, buddy?
It's very possible. It is so possible.
See, you say that like we're not all somewhere on the
At some
spectrum.
point on the spectrum, yeah.
Well, I can say I'm probably not on the spectrum because I'm in OCD land. I'm on a whole other fucking train track.
You're just at another level. You're just on a different spectrum. That's all.
See, we just have several different spectrums taped up to the wall, and we're just tapping
Just
ourselves where we are.
Sliding them over fucking different points. Oh, I have stupid superpowers. Mine is like fucking to absorb shit from other people, which is the dumbest superpower. When no
took
one
all
knows
my
what the
internet.
fuck your superpower.
He took all my internet.
You have the power of suck
What's your superpower? Suck.
with 2 C's.
With 2 C's, yeah. But yeah, no, fucking Josh's old power to control wind is Gone.
He stole my power.
I can't use it. I don't think I can. I don't know how. I don't know what yours is. It's probably just being a dumbass, but
He could pull a water bottle out of anywhere.
that's the one we
that's
made up
that's a
for
different
him.
thing.
My made up one is that I find all of the objects to disappear into that weird void where you keep losing shit in my pockets or in a bag or something.
Right, right.
So in that hypothetical situation, I run a weapons recovery car repo place,
Missing
children's recovery, and something else I can't remember.
I forget what the other one is too.
A laundromat, I guess, because you always lose your fucking socks in the back of the laundry.
You're just a
Ooh.
finder of lost things.
Yeah, it's like the things that disappear into that weird dimensional portal that, like, oh, I dropped a pen
It's gone now.
and it's gone. You literally search the whole house and it's gone. And you're just like,
That's actually a big problem with me too, just because like, I mean, everything I own is the same fucking color. Everything I own is black.
Everything you own is matte
So
black.
if everything I own is matte black. So it's not like I could like see gloss differences and be like, oh, that's where it is. Everything I own is flat matte black, usually plastic too.
I don't think.
So if I drop a thing, it's fucking gone until I step on it or a bright enough light makes it show up.
I don't think I've ever met a black guy named Matt before.
Jesus.
I've been waiting for you to finish for like fucking a minute now just to say that.
I do. He in prison.
I can't. No, I can't feed off of that.
Go-
That
don't-
just goes.
don't-
That just.
don't go
That
for
only
that.
leads into the wrong direction. It's like, oh, it's a fork road, and this is both the wrong way.
Speaking of black things, though, there is
Bad way to
there
segue,
is
but
the
okay.
most horrifying shop display I've ever seen. It's downtown by the Strip. It's over on like Desert Inn and Valley View, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a mannequin warehouse,
Oh.
which in itself is bad enough. Like, and I'm talking, and I don't mean like a bodega. I mean like a full fucking warehouse. Like
Warehouse, yeah.
takes up like half a city block warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big place. And it's like, we have store fixtures, blah, blah, blah. Mannequins. I was like, but no, that's not the bad part, though. You want to know what the worst fucking part is? The worst part about this mannequin shop is that literally on one side of this building, right, there's the mannequin place that where like it shows mannequins.
Right.
And then on the wall here, they have 3 mannequins fucking climbing the walls.
That is absolutely a fucking warehouse fuckery thing.
Like they are like completely black. Like I think they're like either matte or shiny black. I didn't really bother to check. They're 3 black mannequins. The center one of which is just kind of like scaling the wall like a fucking free climber. There's one at the top that's like clambering over the edge, and there's one just underneath the middle one that's like following behind it. The first time I ever saw that warehouse, I was driving somewhere else in town. The first time I saw that warehouse, I almost got into an accident. I shit you not. I was like, oh, fuck. Because that's the last thing you expect to see is just mannequins climbing the wall. I was like, oh, God.
Stop, please.
No, the worst part would be if you came back around and, saw
And
that
they weren't there.
And they were in different positions.
Oh, God. One's just gone for some reason. You're like, what?
Not even the one that was up at the top, but like the one in the
The
bottom.
middle. The middle one's gone. You're like,
just gone.
what the fuck?
Where did he go? You look in your back.
All of
mirror.
them have like LED lights in their eyes and shit.
Stop. You stop this right now. The last thing I need is to... You know what I would do? I changed my mind. After having that being a display for a while where it's known to be 3 creepy fucking mannequins climbing the walls...
Mm-hmm.
Secretly
take
at a
out
fourth.
take out the middle one. Hire a dude that's usually a sign spinner to dress up in a full like black morph suit
Yeah.
and just walk around. Not even like spin, just walk around. So people just be like, "Wait, wasn't there? Oh shit!"
It's like, come here on a like you do it scheduled with an event.
No, you
that
have
is
him
like-
standing on the wall. You have little handholds made into the wall, and he's just standing there and drops on people.
Oh my God!
Like
That's
he's gonna get punched a couple times.
That's how you get a man killed.
That actually reminds me a lot of those prank videos where like the dude will like jump out of the trash can and scare people. With like in every compilation, there's always the one dude who he's like raw and just like the first instinct is just wham.
It's always the black guy too. Like every single one of those I've watched, it's raw black man. Like everyone else's response is oh no. Black man's response, oh. It's just like fucking, and then it's fucking, oh fucking goddamn it. And it's hilarious.
Oh fuck! You can't believe you've done this.
Black guy's just like, well, fuck, you deserved it.
It's
Shit.
like,
You're over here scaring people. Fuck's wrong with you?
Don't you know how to scare a black man? Goddamn. No, but that's always funny. Because it's like, ah.
I mean, it had to happen eventually.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
statistics are like one of the times you scare people. One
They
of the
gonna hit you.
basically because people have two responses when it comes to stimulus like
Yeah.
that, fight or flight.
Flight or flight, yeah.
It's a 50-50, ideally.
Ideally, yeah.
So every time you scare somebody, you're flipping a coin, asshole. Granted, it's probably more like of a 60-30 or 70-30.
yeah,
It's
something
like
that.
for more towards flight.
Flight.
But man, if you get that fucking 30, whoo boy.
Boy.
And Josh, I want to mention some other thing too that I brought up earlier. I told you we're going to fucking talk about this. Okay, here's the situation. You go to a restaurant, right? They have a food item. One of the things on this food items are dill pickles, right?
Okay.
Among other things. You don't like dill pickles. What do you tell the cashier?
I fucking pull them off.
Huh. That seems to be the second time in which that has happened to you, David. In which you ask someone else what their opinion is, and it contradicts the very thing you are trying to achieve. Maybe that means that somebody else is the problem. The discussion here is that we've been in In-N-Out like 3 times together, and I always end up pulling off the tomato off my burger. So
Yeah.
it's like, why would you just order it
Exactly.
without tomato?
Exactly. You just pull the tomato off.
But you could always also just fucking order it without tomato and not waste the fucking tomato. Revolutionary
mean
concept, I
waste?
know.
No one gets to eat that slice of tomato. It's a miracle.
Someone else will eat it.
No.
They'll just
That
put it
person
on.
doesn't
they'll
deserve
just-
tomato.
They'll just put it on the next burger. If you order your burger with no tomato, right? Which means they save one tomato slice,
Right.
and then I ask for my burger normally, which means they have to use a tomato slice, right? Then they only used one tomato slice.
You get my
Versus-
tomato slice.
versus-
you didn't deserve that.
Versus
tomato
cutting
slice.
2 slices of tomato, me eating one, and you throwing the other away. That's just wasteful.
I
Well,
also
the thing
don't like
about
the
that
taste of
is-
tomatoes.
You don't throw it away.
He does.
See, that's him, and that's bad. You ask someone else, hey, anybody want this? You make sure that no one's going to eat this thing, and then you throw it. Me, I give it to my dogs.
But
It gets eaten
but
You're
but
still
you
tossing it though.
to a dog.
No.
but you could have just not used it. That's my thing. He could have just asked
Yeah,
for the
but I
fucking
could've-
burger without a tomato on it.
Yeah, but have you
Why
ever
waste it?
have you ever gone to a goddamn restaurant, a fast food restaurant? They don't give a fuck what you
We've
want.
discussed this. We've discussed that fast food restaurants don't have good tomatoes. We've literally discussed this.
There's that too.
Like the first podcast, which actually I don't think exists on the channel right now because it's just audio. Not the first one. The first one.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. But yeah, we've discussed this. How of our
Ignore what he said. You have forgotten what he has said.
there are no
There
no,
is no first
there is
podcast.
no first podcast.
There's not a first
These
podcast.
are not the YouTubers you're looking for. No, but yeah, we've discussed that like the only good tomato you're gonna get is one you have picked and cut yourself.
True, but would you then say that In-N-Out's tomatoes were no good, or is it just because you don't like tomato in general?
I just don't like tomato. Again, we've discussed this. I don't like fucking tomato.
Which is perfectly understandable. I don't like tomato either.
You could always just like my whole sticking point is you could always just not ask for it, and then they don't have to use it, and you don't have to throw it away. But when you do ask for the thing that you know you're not going to fucking eat anyway.
For tomato. You saying you sound like I specifically asked for a tomato. Oh yeah, put a tomato in there. Fuck this tomato. I don't do that.
I know you don't do that, but I'm saying you could you could always just as easily just say, hey, real quick, just no tomato on mine. Fine, thank you. You know,
I don't always remember that they use tomatoes.
It takes all of 2 seconds to be like, hey, no tomato, please, or hold the tomato, 86 the tomato, something.
86 the tomato.
That's a real thing, by the way.
I know.
But like, you could just say, hey, hold tomato on mine,
right?
Because they ask you like, and the thing is too, they ask you when you go there, hey, do you want onion on your burger?
That doesn't remind me of tomatoes.
For me, that's the perfect time, I think, to say, hey, yes, I want onion, but hold the tomato. Like, that's your opening. If you don't say it when you first put the order in, that's your opening to say, hey, yes, I want onion, but I don't want tomato. Or no, I don't want onion, also hold the tomato. That's your opening for it, right?
That is an opening for it, but as I was saying, and you both cut me off hella hard, real fucking hard, rude.
Sorry. I'll take the 5 points off.
Nobody understands that.
That's fine.
They shouldn't understand that one. That stays between us.
That stays between us when the mics are off.
Rude knave points.
Go on.
Anyways, no food service person gives a single fuck what they're making.
This is also true. I have on my bad. I'm doing it again, but I've multiple occasions said no tomato. Found tomato.
It's constant. No food service person is going to give you what you ask not to have. They're always going to give it to you. They're just pre-programmed. They're cookie-cutter machines giving you the exact fucking burger every time.
That's so strange that you guys have had these experiences, because most places that I go to, like I'm talking like over 80, 90% of the places that I go to, if I ask for a thing, I get it.
Yes, if you ask for a thing. We're asking about for not
No,
a thing.
like I'm saying, like if I ask for a certain condition to be met with it, like, I mean, granted, I don't ask for it very often because I eat everything.
Well,
but
I mean,
if I say, hey, can I get this? Or, hey, can I get that? Or this? Or can you change that?
Didn't you
it'll
see
happen.
sample size large enough to test against ours?
I mean, I guess that depends on how often you guys go to fast food versus me.
you look like enough of a hipster to throw out some Yelp reviews, to be honest.
Do we look like we... How many times do you think we've gotten fast food?
What do you think I look like I do in my spare time?
You eat peanut butter.
Now?
That's to lose the weight that I got because I eat fast food constantly.
And you like,
It
hey,
was a
can I
daily thing for my family.
like, hey, can I get no pickles? Oh yeah, sure.
Sprinkle some pickle juice on there.
Disappointed.
Disappointed!
Disappointed! Yeah. So it's like, hey, no tomato, please. Fucking... Wow, hey, look, the largest fucking piece of tomato we could find.
Oh, wow, would you look at that? It's just tomato.
Yeah.
There's
We
not
put
even a
tomato
burger.
in a box
There's
and
a
gave it
tomato.
to me. It's amazing.
A whole tomato in a box. I don't know where the fuck my burger went.
I burned down the McDonald's.
God, now I'm just going to have to Photoshop you with, like, the one picture of that little girl who's, like, smiling evilly with the house burning behind
But
her.
it's just a McDonald's.
How dare you burn
my
them
God.
glorious golden arches.
Oh, my God, it was you.
What?
Do you remember that Jack in the Box that burned down a couple years ago?
Okay, no, that was not me. Fuck.
Shh, we don't rat out fellow podcasters.
Oh my God! As much as I want to burn things down, I do hold myself back. The call of the void we discussed.
Yeah,
this
we
earlier
talked
today.
about it.
The voice was strong, but I was strong enough to resist it
like-
all the time.
They gave you tomatoes. Burn them.
Fuck you.
What? No, it's not that. It's not that serious, Bray.
They didn't take off your pickles.
Kill them.
Why?
Cause the pickles. The pickles.
Oh God! Now I'm just getting fucking flashbacks to that.
Bubble bass.
No. I'm now just getting flashbacks to that one.
The pickles and the pickles.
That.
Yeah.
The.
I know
What is the
exactly.
comedian's
I have
name?
no idea, but my friend
Dane
told
Cook.
me, but yeah,
That's
yeah.
a Dane Cook skit where he talks about like working in food service, and like this one lady went apeshit about pickles. like she would like murmur, like she wasn't very easy to understand. And the pickles, and the pickles, and the pickles. She was like, "Ma'am, you need to calm the fuck down, like now."
Oh my god!
'Cause, like,
so fucking dumb.
Being someone who's worked in retail for a couple years, like you always hear these horror stories of like, oh, I had this customer came in, he did this thing, or hey, this customer today took a shit on our floor, or whatever. As someone who's been working retail since they were able to legally hold a job and work security for the past 2 years, I can tell you very much so these are
people
real.
exist.
Oh, yeah, these people are absolutely real.
Some of these are my family. These people exist.
Okay, you do realize you implicated your family in shitting on the floor of the fucking store, right?
I'm not surprised.
They are responsible for all of these things.
They did literally everything. Just arrest them, please.
But
I want to be rid of children, please. Just arrest
Wait, but won't they leave you without a family? You mean there's another positive?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
But and speaking of good times like that, I actually want to bring up something to get us off of like the food topic.
What good times were they? Good times like that. Explain.
If you can still remember, they weren't good enough. But I want to talk about something else that actually popped up recently in the entertainment industry, where have you played Witcher yet?
Which one?
3?
Slightly, yes.
Yeah, you're like playing through it, right?
He
I
has
have
it.
started it.
Okay, so
I own the game. I did not play
it's
the
like
game.
I downloaded it, but my internet keeps cutting out, so I can't play it.
Which is
Because we
is
talked
not-
about that last
Yeah,
week.
but it's not a thing because I literally, whenever his internet's coming out and I'm at his house, I play it.
See, I
So I don't
changed up
know-
my settings.
Did you?
There were
Okay.
there were settings involved. I had to
Oh,
set
okay.
my PlayStation as the master PlayStation.
That's probably why. That's probably what I did. Yeah, you because your account can go on multiple things.
You
you
can
have to
put your
set up-
account on multiple PlayStations, so you choose your primary PlayStation. Like, this is the one that I own.
No, he did not say first podcast. Don't
That
listen
was-
to him.
That was so long ago.
Doesn't
right
exist.
now. What are you talking about?
What for
But-
That comment doesn't
podcast?
exist.
What's a podcast?
What
but-
are you looking at over there?
So
There's
anyway,
no monitor.
There's no monitor.
so you're playing through it. You started the game.
I have played some of it. I am not playing. through it.
Funnily enough, we actually are the progress bar in reverse order because I literally have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. You started it and you're playing through it. But in any case, we're all familiar with the character of
Geralt.
Geralt, right? I was trying to think, is it a D or a T at the end? So we're familiar with the character. Apparently, what Netflix is going to do, they're actually going to run a Witcher series
I saw
on
that.
Netflix.
Yeah.
They're actually going to cast Henry Cavill, also known as fucking Superman, as Geralt.
The current Superman.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Current Superman is going to
Huh.
be Geralt for the live action series. And people have done mock-ups of him using Photoshop and some other stuff. He actually doesn't look half bad.
Hmm.
Like they've pass me a phone. Maybe I can pull it up in a sec because it was near the top of Reddit, so it shouldn't be that hard to find here.
Well, it's not like I had a good opinion of Superman anymore, so Geralt the sexy times boy is not going to change.
I mean, it's not that bad though because they did the mock-ups for it, and I was like, you know what? That's a believable Geralt. I can see that for sure. Let me just see here.
Netflix want on that Game of Thrones money.
Well, I mean, they had a thing earlier. They had a God, what was it? It was like Marco Polo, I think, as like a Netflix series. It was
I
like one of
think
one of
so,
like the
yeah.
first originals besides like House of Cards, but no one talks about House of Cards anymore.
Yeah.
Netflix Witcher.
I wonder why.
I can only imagine.
Witcher. Let's see here. Images, because I'm sure memes will come up right at the top. Here.
Where's here?
Here.
Yes.
Take that. Someone actually made that as a mock-up for Henry Cavill as Geralt. If they can get the makeup to look kind of like that, I think it's more than fine.
Why is your brightness fucking? What is up with the? Why does it keep going down? Your phone just keeps getting darker.
Really? You see?
Am I absorbing the battery from your phone? Am I
Do you have
ca-
it on auto adjust?
I don't. How's that? Better?
Yeah. He looks like he would
Swear
make
to
a
God,
good Kratos.
If it goes down, would I fucking grab it? Okay, no. Yeah, it would same. Yeah, he would make a good Kratos. Yep, I did it again.
Weird. Anyway, but like that, if they can get the makeup to actually kind of look like that, I think it wouldn't be a bad Witcher at all.
No.
No, I could see it being good.
But like you also have to wonder like how much money is Netflix going to pour into this, because is it going to be like some of the, because not all of the Netflix originals are the same quality.
Right.
Like there's some Netflix originals that are like okay, then you get like fucking Stranger Things, which is like their big like what started off as like this might take off, for like put all the money into this. We're putting it all on black now.
Yeah, and then you get shit like their Marvel series, or Daredevil is considered better than like Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage is kind of in between.
It's different.
and then
It's
fucking
different
everyone
strokes for
hates
different folks.
Nobody likes Iron Fist.
Fist. Which is
Nobody
sad.
likes
I heard
Iron
about that.
Fist.
Yeah, where like, because Daredevil's basically just like the movie from like 2003, 4 ish.
I
Right
don't.
around
The
there.
early 2000s are a fucking haze to me.
Right. But like Daredevil, the show on Netflix, is like the movie if it was done well
Yeah.
and was given time to like flesh out its characters, versus just cramming 2 separate villains into one movie.
Yeah.
There are 2 villains in that?
Kingpin and Bullseye.
Well, Bullseye is hired by Kingpin, but yeah.
But they have the big fight at the end, because Kingpin was
was
also the guy who was behind, first of all, Daredevil getting his powers, which was a weird relation, but Kingpin was also behind Daredevil's father getting killed.
No. He was
Yes.
behind getting
In the movie.
In the movie.
his the fucking Jennifer Garner's character, Elektra's father's killed in that movie.
No, he gets Daredevil's father killed. There's that whole scene where with like the rose that he squeezes hard, the blood comes out, and it's all edgy and mid 2000s and whatever, because Kingpin sends a dude to beat the shit out of his dad and beat him to death in an alleyway. And the reason he gets his powers is because like there was like an accident with like some of his chemicals or whatever that like get into his eyes, and that's what gives him the special whatever.
Hearing.
But they had 2 villains in the movie. There was Bullseye, who was sent to kill Daredevil in the future, and then Kingpin, who was involved from the very beginning.
You made that sound like it involved time travel.
The way you said it.
Okay, my bad. My point is, Daredevil is like just if the movie was done well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But but Jessica Jones is supposed to be more like, it's supposed to be a little more like emotionally charged, because it's about a superhero who
Got
Did-
raped.
I think so. Like something happens,
Yeah,
She has a
did.
bunch of like mental issues.
Yeah,
like,
she's...
and she regrets that she has this power now, and like all these like things she has to deal with. So it's a
also,
much
like,
more
alcoholism and shit.
right.
Yeah.
So it's a much more emotionally charged show than the other ones. Luke Cage, because Luke Cage people like, because it's cool as shit, because it's just
it's bad.
a big invincible dude punch the shit out of people and people try to stop him and get freaked out when they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with being actually like good drama and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of mad at you two for forgetting one of the other Marvel fucking shows.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No. Anything?
The Ghost Rider part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Punisher.
That's out?
It's
shit,
been
that
out.
was a thing.
Yeah,
That was a big thing.
That was an enormous fucking thing.
That was a big thing for a while. The guy, Shane.
No,
from
I
The
know.
Walking Dead.
I know of it. I
Dog,
didn't know it
that's
was
been
a
out.
thing.
God,
I haven't seen
I'm
any
starting to sound
fucking-
like you.
I
I never say dog.
I knew it was a thing. I didn't know it was out. I've never seen any like the scenes I thought I've seen of it, or the one scene I've seen of it was the fucking prison thing, where the prison riot or whatever, where he kills like 6 dudes with like a broomstick
Are we talking about the
not
same
a prison
thing?
riot.
or whatever
That's-
the fuck.
That's
He was
the
in a
very
prison.
first. No, it wasn't a prison.
What was it then?
It was a construction site.
No, it was a prison.
No.
The scene I saw was a prison. I don't know if y'all saw something else, but I saw a dude, the Punisher, kill fucking 6 guys with a broomstick in a prison. He was wearing white, they were wearing orange.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's the only scene I've seen. That's why I didn't know it was a thing, because that's the one thing I've seen of it.
Oh yeah, no, they're
Well,
on the second season.
Well, regardless of what you saw,
Yeah.
Punisher, yes, is out. It's been out for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
That show's also great because they nailed the Punisher.
they nailed
They
the
got
Punisher.
him. Perfect.
It's not hard to nail. It's just fucking the industry doesn't like superheroes like that. Like Deadpool opened up so much shit because he didn't care. Like the people who made it did not care. They cared about as much as fucking Deadpool the character did.
No,
About fucking the
quite the
industry.
contrary. Ryan Reynolds actually cared quite a lot. Like he was working.
No, I'm saying
his
about
career
the
for
industry
years.
fucking standards. Not
Oh,
not,
they gave zero fucks
exactly.
about that.
That's what I'm
Nothing.
saying. They didn't give a fuck about industry standards. We're gonna make this Deadpool movie and it's gonna be Deadpool, and everyone fucking loved it because Deadpool is hilarious and amazing, and the gross like fucking gore and shit and all the action.
That what makes Deadpool.
Yeah, it's what makes Deadpool, and it what makes the Punisher. It what makes a lot of fucking superheroes or anti-heroes, I guess.
Right.
That's like fucking. Why would you not do this in the first place? Like the first Punisher movie was like or the first series of Punisher movies, because actually I think it was a trilogy, which was fucking.
Is there 3 of those?
I think there's at least 2 different actors as leads. So obviously
That's
that
hilarious.
tells you how bad they were.
Wait. So it's 2 movies that are connected as the same series,
Mhm.
but 2 different leads for each movie?
Yeah, this has been done well. It's actually been done a lot.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Well, I guess I don't really watch too many movies. That probably explains why I don't really know the tropes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Luke Cage is fine. Punisher's great. Daredevil is okay.
Daredevil's
Just-
actually also pretty good.
Yeah, Jessica Jones is more emotionally charged, which is like
It's a different concept.
again
different
different
form.
structure, different folks. As far as Iron Fist is concerned,
Everyone you talk to will say Iron Fist is bad.
Not
It
the-
is
not-
the Phantom Menace of
oh god, is it really
it's
that
not
bad?
really the show, it's the character of the Iron Fist, because like everyone's like, he won't stop saying I am the immortal Iron Fist. We fucking get it.
Is that a thing in the show?
I guess I
He
never
does
actually fucking
not-
watched it. He
I
never
watched
shuts
the
up
whole
about
thing.
it.
I watched about halfway through actually. Every other fucking sentence, every time you talk to him, he includes I am the immortal Iron Fist. Stop.
You get it.
Stop.
The Iron Fist.
And everything else in the first 12 episodes, no action. First 12 episodes, it is entirely him.
Chat's right. There's also the Inhuman show that got canceled fucking after the pilot.
Inhumans.
That's
I
another.
didn't-
That was another Marvel show that involved like another team.
Oh
of,
fucking yeah! With
Like,
the,
it was like
like
an-
Medusa and the dog that could teleport. Yeah, I remember that. And I think it was what the fuck's the name of the dude, the lead guy, the leader of all of them?
I forget.
His power is like to fucking yell loud. Like the problem, yeah, no, the problem probably wasn't the show. The problem was that like that's the worst series of fucking powers you could. Why is the dog the one who has the ability to teleport? They live on the moon. Like I watched the I looked at the trailers and looked at the concept, and I was like, why the fuck would you turn this into a show?
Apparently, that show was actually so bad the executives killed it after the pilot. Like they aired the first episode, I think, on TV. They're like, nah, fuck it, cancel it.
Bye bye.
Fucking. There's the thing that fuck, what was I gonna say? The thing I like about like this, the fact that Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. Sorry.
Sorry, I confused it with the better Marvel property.
No, the character of Iron Fist in the comics is great. The
he's
show one
amazing.
is fucking horrible.
Right, and the other thing I heard a lot about that show too is that the actual like fight scenes, like what should have been the biggest draw for Iron Fist, because it's the very much more martial arts heavy
Right.
show for like it's like okay, so maybe you don't like the emotionally charged Jessica Jones, maybe you don't really like the gory Punisher, maybe you're not really into the drama heavy Luke Cage and Daredevil. But if you like Bruce Lee and Jet Li and all that, we have Iron Fist for you. That probably would have been the alternative to then get you in to go into
The
Defenders.
rest, yeah.
But apparently, I remember reading the reviews about it. A lot of the fight scenes are like watered down. Like there's not much like it's more like Super Sentai Power Rangers kind of fighting.
Yeah. They are all like super high level martial artists until we fight and I'm gonna punch at you. That's it.
Are they that bad?
Dog.
The show that if you want to watch Bruce Lee type shit, the show you want to watch is fucking Into the Badlands.
Oh,
that
Into the
show is
Badlands.
I've heard that show's
Good
amazing.
Shit. Good shit.
If you want to watch a martial arts show, watch Into the Badlands. oh my fucking god, I have not seen so much choreography in a fucking like one fight sequence like amongst so many people for like a while, especially in a show of all things. And the best part is Nick Frost is in it, and he also does some shit, and that's hilarious.
That's great. Like that's the one that has like the one not Jet Li. There's like another
guy,
like world class martial artist who's like the lead role,
the
right?
guy who played the blind guy in fucking
Donnie Yen?
Yeah, I believe he. No, is that him?
Donnie Yen, the guy who played the
Yeah,
guy.
that's the name. I don't know if that's him.
Is
Though,
it
but yeah, it's like a world class martial
was it
artist.
the guy who played Ip Man?
Yes, it was that guy. He's
That's
So
Donnie
Donnie
Yen.
Yen.
oh yeah. No, is it?
Yes, it is.
Fuck
He's
it, I'll
he's
look
the
it up.
lead in Into the Badlands.
I don't no.
That's what
No,
I'm
he's
talking
not.
about. But
He's not the lead, but
He's in it.
I
he
don't
may,
know.
he might be. It's possible. But like the dude who does lead it is a world class like martial artist. I've seen him in like movies and shit. But yeah, like just that show. If you want to watch a fucking martial arts show, like showcase with actually good fucking like drama and story because it's on AMC, watch Into the fucking Badlands. Cause
Oh yeah, Into the Badlands is really good.
Into the Badlands is fucking amazing. But the thing I was talking about before when I was talking about
Daniel Wu.
Daniel Wu, yeah, there you go. He fuck, I can't remember what else he was in that I've seen him in, but I know I've seen him do.
He's one of those like top tier
yeah, he's
martial
one of
artists.
those. Like you recognize him when you see him,
Right.
'Cause, like there's like what 10 martial artist actors in like the fucking
About.
yeah
I mean, especially
that
now,
have made it into American markets.
yeah.
especially now that like Jackie Chan's taking more of like the back seat. Like he's putting himself into like older roles where he doesn't have to fight as much. Like Jackie Chan could still whoop literally anyone's ass
Yeah.
that he wanted to. But like he's like putting himself like no longer in like the front and center role. Like I think he did a movie recently where he was like a cop or something.
I know what you're talking about. The was it The Foreigner? What was that? What was that one? But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like he did play like a really serious like former fucking special forces dude who kicked a bunch of ass as
But
really old
he
guy.
but he didn't have to do it as much in the movie anymore.
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's like he's settling more into like the directorial role, which I find really fascinating because a lot of Jackie Chan's movies that made him popular were ones that he choreographed and directed himself in China. Like there's actually a whole I don't know if you guys know the creator Every Frame a Painting. The dude
No.
breaks down like a bunch of movies and techniques and why things do and don't work in certain movies. He actually has a whole fascinating video. I think it's like 30 or 40 minutes long about like action comedy and like why Jackie Chan's movies work so well both as action and as comedic moments. And like he explains like there's tension here, like the way he does this, and it's actually really fascinating. I definitely recommend going and watching it. There or he like and those movies like they're his like original movies, not like original like he made it like by himself, but like those are the movies that made him popular. Those are the ones he directed and choreographed by himself
right.
in China. And those are the ones that like really made him popular. So I think it's good to see him go back into the
A
directorial role.
Mhm.
So then maybe he can like lead the next generation of like martial arts movies by being the director / choreographer, because that dude knows how to do action comedy. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's an expert.
like if you watch Rush Hour, like all the stunts and stuff that he does in that are both like really visually enticing, but also add like a comedic layer to it. Like when he like, there's one scene I'm remembering right now where he goes to a bank because he's getting chased, and he fucking like grabs onto the bars and like slips through like the money teller slot, and you're just
Yeah.
like, fucking what?
Yeah, that's his movies. He's a great fucking actor, martial artist and stuff. But no, seriously, like you could probably name like I could probably name 5 off the top of my head. Scott Adkins, who was in the fucking Undisputed series, he's like the main character of the Undisputed series. Michael J. White.
Michael Jai White.
I've never heard anyone say Jai. I've only heard them say J because it's kind of spelled.
I've only ever read it.
Oh, okay.
I'm kinda
Michael J.
guessing.
Oh, yeah.
We'll say
Scott
J.
Adkins.
Period.
Michael J. White. Yeah, there you go. Who's Donnie Yen,
Daniel Wu.
Daniel Wu. Yeah, the 2 people we just named.
Right.
Who's the Muay Thai guy? Tommy something.
Oh crap! I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his
the
name.
full name right now. Yeah, him.
Don't him and White like usually fight off in movies sometimes because they're both like.
I've seen him. I've seen Scott Adkins and Michael J. White.
That might be who I'm thinking of then.
Because that was in the Undisputed series, but I don't know about anybody else. Michael Jai White is a fucking amazing martial artist too. That dude is like, he's not that big, but damn, he can move.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got the training and the skill behind him, so that even if he doesn't have the raw power to punch through your chest,
Right.
he's got the power and the strength and the training behind it to make it feel like he fucking did.
There's one scene. I think it was. I can't remember what movie it was, but it was like, oh yeah, show me a kick this bag, and like it was like a street kid or something, like skater kid or whatever. He's like, oh, I could do it, bam, and he kicks it like a couple of feet on like those moving racks or whatever.
Right.
And like he's high fiving his friends after, and then in the background all you see is like Michael pull up his pants, and he goes whap, and it doesn't move, but it slowly turns, and it's been ruptured, and you're just like, shit.
What the fuck?
It's like, you moved your target, I killed him.
That's nuts,
And
dude.
it's fucking awesome because like he can actually do that.
I got this. No, like, you don't even see. You just hear the.
He's like, what the fuck?
What did you do?
Yeah.
Omae wa mou shindeiru.
It's like, as he's putting his foot down, it's just turning slowly. You're like, why is it? That's weird. He didn't really do much, and then it's just. You're just like, oh, fuck. And it happens fast too, because you're like, well, he moved fast. You probably didn't put that much force behind it, because you know when you throw like a fake punch,
a quick jab doesn't
Yeah.
have the force of a full and like
Right.
running at you, jumping off a ledge and punching you in the face punch.
right? Another thing that would fucking you think, oh, he probably didn't do much. You know, it's some force that you can't really show. No, fucking bag ruptured. He showed his force. Yeah. Fucking what was I talking about way before that? Oh, the fucking Marvel series. The reason I liked the fact that those shows existed was because those were all street level superheroes, and I love street level superheroes because they're a lot more like complex and have like a lot better rogues galleries. Than,
Well, yeah, because they got to deal with superhero shit and real life shit.
in real life shit. Yeah.
Like I have to go save the city, but I also got to go pay my fucking water bill tomorrow.
yeah,
See, that's why everyone loves Spider-Man.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The top tier street level superhero.
Yeah, because he's like he can play with the big boys, but he's at the core.
He's a
street
Brooklyn
level
boy.
Yeah, he's Queens.
Queens.
There's actually a video skit about that where it's like, what if fucking
Spider-Man
was from Brooklyn,
instead
and then
of
he's wearing
Queens.
like Tim's and like a New York. He's like wearing a New York hat and like dancing.
Yeah, I've seen that. That shit's funny. I love those fucking the Tims and shit. So dumb. There was a huge fucking like series. There's a huge series of memes of that. Fucking hilarious. But yeah, no. The reason I love Spider-Man is because he's like the most not complex character, but he has like the most going on as far as superheroes.
Right, because he's got his own self. He's got all the relationship with his friends and any romantic relationships that usually get brought up too.
Right.
Multiple.
Right. Then he's
Yes, multiple. If you actually look up fucking Spider-Man's lady hit list, dude's a player.
the animated series show that enough.
Yeah.
He a nerd, but he get.
Fucking fuck, what was it? Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy.
Hold on,
like
hold
a
on.
third girlfriend.
I need to say this.
Huh.
Can I thwap that?
Can I leave now?
Yeah, Mary Jane. He had like 3 girlfriends outside of like. He had 3.
Because there's Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy,
And there's
Felicia Hardy
Felicia
on occasion.
Yeah, Black Cat on occasion. There you go. Fucking
Because they couldn't just allow Batman to have a sneaky sexy black cat character as a girlfriend. It's like, no, fuck that. Spider-Man gets one too. Make one up. That one's called Catwoman. What should we call her? I don't know. Fucking Black Cat. Perfect.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Seriously? I'm Stan Lee. Do it.
Yeah. Fucking I like Black Cat better than I like Catwoman, but
Same.
that's just a personal opinion. Because Catwoman's weird and kind of doesn't work too many times as a character, while Black Cat is very, very consistent and I'm gonna steal shit and go ahead and try and stop me. Like,
I'm a super soldier, so fuck off.
oh, that before that, but yes.
See, ever since the Catwoman movie, I just sorry,
Yeah,
no.
No. Yeah, you're talking about Catwoman.
They fixed a lot of her whole shtick in the Arkham games though.
Yeah, but
They
the
definitely made her a
movie-
lot more consistent.
Yeah, but how many people?
Yeah, but the
actually played,
movie.
like, the Mark
What
Hamill
movie?
games? Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Oh God. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, now you
The
remember.
one that she was in this latex that was so tight she literally could not breathe. Like
And
they
where-
had to
where
do
she
30-minute
didn't wear
takes.
much of it.
But and there was that also the one where she licked Batman's face?
Yep.
And like they were like, why
Their
the fuck
Batman
did
is not in that movie.
you?
Batman is not in the Catwoman
Or am
Halle Berry
or am I
movie.
thinking of the Batman with the nipples?
You're no, not that one. Catwoman is not in that series.
We're not talking about Tim Burton's Batman.
You're talking about Tim Burton's Batman.
Like I distinctly
Yeah,
remember
the latex
there's a
was Tim
scene.
Burton's Batman.
Okay.
Halle Berry was totally different. She barely wore anything.
That's very true. I do remember the reviews for that movie now. I'm actually remembering the Nostalgia Critic video for it. But I distinctly remember a scene. There's a scene where a Catwoman licks a Batman. What movie is that in?
It's probably a Tim Burton one.
Probably.
You know what? When you have a fucking Bat credit card, fucking probably.
That was not the same movie.
That is not Tim Burton.
That's not Tim Burton's Batman.
Which one is nipples? Which one is credit card?
Nipples is John
Tim Burton.
Clooney as Batman.
George Clooney.
John Clooney.
My bad. And the other one is who the fuck was Batman in the Tim Burton one? I can't remember the fucking.
Wasn't it also George Clooney?
No.
Didn't they use the same cast? They just
no,
like changed the tone
that's
up?
a different series of Batman movies. Fucking wasn't the Tim Burton one the one where Joker pulls like fucking it's like 12-inch fucking revolver out of his pants and
What?
shoots down the
No.
Is that not that one?
Tim Burton didn't even have the Joker. Tim Burton.
Oh,
was
that's right. No,
the
that's-
Riddler.
That's right. That's the one that had
The
fucking
Riddler
Danny
and Mr.
DeVito as the
Freeze
Penguin. No, you're thinking of fucking the George Clooney one now.
We're
Which
mixing
was
up.
the nipple one?
The George Clooney one.
We're mixing up our bad Batman.
The Tim Burton one.
Tim Burton one was Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Yes, but who the fuck was Batman?
I don't know.
I quit. I'm done with the series.
Fucking.
That's
we're
another problem with
confusing
so
a
many
horrible
fucking Batman movies.
Hold on. So you're saying George Clooney was nipple Batman?
No, George Clooney is nipple Batman. Fucking, I don't know who Tim Burton Batman was.
George Clooney Batman. Okay, let's see.
It was Batman Forever.
George Clooney was Batman and Robin Batman.
Batman and
which
Robin
was
Batman.
nipple Batman.
Which was nipple Batman.
Which was nipple Batman, which was versus Mr.
Freeze and Poison Ivy.
Yes.
And Bane, but like that was.
Wasn't it also the Riddler?
which was
too?
which
that,
was,
no, that was the first one. My bad. Batman and Robin was
and George Clooney was
Two-Face.
also so. To put this to rest, George Clooney was nipple Batman who had the credit card.
Yes.
Same fucking movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's two of those. That's the problem.
But it's okay. So Tim
First one was
Tim
Riddler
Burton Batman. Who was Tim Burton
was
Batman?
first George Clooney Batman was Riddler and Two-Face. Second movie was Batman Forever.
I feel like I'm caught in like a who's on first for fucking Batman. Michael Keaton was
Michael
Tim
Keaton,
Burton
there
Batman.
you- there you go.
Batman, yes.
I can't remember who played Catwoman, but she was also fucking famous.
Vicky
Like,
Vale,
at the
Two-Face
time.
Commissioner, Alicia.
Was Two-Face in that one?
Was Catwoman in
think
this one? She's not coming up on the fucking thing.
She was.
Apparently, Tim Burton Batman does have Joker.
Am I thinking of a different fucking Batman movie?
How many fucking Batman are there?
A lot.
God, there are many, many Batmen.
I'm Batman. He's,
He's
Batman.
Batman.
He's
He's
Batman.
Batman.
Are there any other Batman?
Meow.
Fuck it. I quit. I'm out. Fuck this.
Fucking But yeah, no.
Did
The
Tim Burton
Catwoman you're
have
talking
Catwoman?
about, to clear all of this up, the Catwoman you're talking about with the latex is the blonde chick who stitched it together. That's the one they had to do 30-minute takes. Halle Berry's one was literally just bra and torn like latex pants.
I remember that.
Yes.
I remember thinking, goddamn, Halle Berry.
Tim
Yeah.
Burton Batman.
Even today, I
Yeah.
would be.
Halle Berry is a very beautiful woman, yes.
Shit.
Fuck.
Oh.
That's not even what we were talking about. We were talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, so Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 2, which is Batman Returns, has Catwoman in it.
There you go. My bad. I forgot he did two of those.
I forgot there was 2 separate trilogies or series of movies.
Three.
Yeah, 3 now.
Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman in that
Michelle
one.
Pfeiffer. There you go.
Okay.
Fucking now that we've cleared that up, let's move back to Spider-Man.
I mean, you gotta make so much live action Batman. Just leave
Which
him
has
alone.
only been 3, and we can name them all. Fucking.
After researching them online.
Yeah, fucking.
Michael Keaton, George Clooney.
I'm talking about Spider-Man now.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield. Who's the most recent named one? I can't remember his fucking name. Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, and then
and,
there's
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
Tobey Maguire.
Those 3 Spider-Man. There's only 3, unless you count the voice actors for the other ones, and
And then then it jumps up to like 20.
Yeah, you get a shit ton. You get a bigger
so
list.
many.
Also, Spider-Man's villains, like
Top
way better.
tier.
Way better than anyone else's.
Except for Doc Ock. Doc Ock's
Doc
boring.
Ock's kind of generic, but he has his moments. Fucking most complex character amongst his rogue gallery, and arguably the best amongst fucking most of his fans is of course Venom, being
Right.
as he is,
He has like entire arcs in where he becomes radically different characters altogether at points.
because the Venom symbiote and the person he attaches to are always different characters,
Right.
who just happen to exist in like the same space at certain points. Because like, I don't think at any point is Venom ever written as saying I. He always says we.
We.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like always.
Like it's taken like a royal thing. Like it's the royal we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, when he says Venom, he's
we
acknowledging
we are
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah. So whenever he says I am Venom, he's talking about both of them. Whoever the fuck's in the suit and the suit itself,
Right.
which is a character which is funny because like the motivations between who's in the suit and the suit itself sometimes are like different or like weirdly mixed, because when Venom was created, when the character Venom attached to Eddie Brock was created, I don't mean this as like the process, I mean like in the continuity, he had like conflicting emotions over
Spider-Man, because Eddie wanted to kill him,
but
the symbiote loved him.
but hated him for ripping him off. So he had there was part of him that sympathized with Eddie, so he could work with him, but he could never actually like go through with it.
Like it was like the symbiote when it first started to become Venom with Eddie Brock was like a dejected ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
It was like I hate him, but I still love him so much.
Yeah. And I think even to this point in like the series in which Spider-Man is still being
where
written,
it's Agent Venom
Agent
now.
Venom now, yeah. I don't know if that's still a thing. I think it is. But yeah, like the suit still wants to be with Spider-Man because Clintar's fucking.
Right, that whole. Let's
The
not get
whole-
into that right
yeah.
now near the end of the
No,
podcast.
it's
Especially since we got into that last time on the podcast.
Did we? Oh,
Yeah.
we probably did. Yeah, fuck that. But yeah, no, fucking. Sorry, I can't like. It's hard to explain a character without explaining every instance of the character.
I got
so,
it.
like,
I mean, it's
just-
about time we wrap up anyway. So
Yeah.
I think this is a good point. We cleared the air about how many fucking
Fucking
bats
Batman.
we have. How many bats are in the Belfry?
No, we haven't, because there's still the live action series.
We cleared the air about how many Batman there are.
There's the
Was
new
Adam
trilogy,
West,
and there's the new fucking
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck Batman too.
That is the new series.
I was talking about the
Oh, you're talking about
Dark Knight
Christian Bale.
Rises. Yeah, Christian Bale.
I'm talking about like being able to name the Batman actors, cause holy fuck, like just by the fact that we could not name the Batman, like we were confused whether George Clooney was.
Like,
Tim
which
Burton
was like,
Batman or
which
not?
one had nipples?
Yeah, George Clooney was nipple Batman
And credit card Batman.
and credit card Batman. Fucking
Michael Keaton
was
was
Tim Burton Batman.
licking face Batman and whatever the fuck else we said. Anyway, I think it's about time we wrap this up. Thank you everybody so much for listening to our tirade. I mean this episode of the SplatCade podcast. I don't know. Shit, how do you end podcasts, man? Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all next time.
Or will we?
Bye.
Farewell, friends. Farewell.
Kim.
Screw that
Goodbye.
guy.
Goodbye.
That guy.